Hi you guys, welcome back. So today I'm just gonna do like a little quick like mini vlog of some plant stuff going on because there were some things that changed yesterday and I'm really excited to show you guys. So I just want to give you a little sneak peek. We did a lot of rearranging in the bedroom with cabinet, bed, things like that, and I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek. And then there's just some other things that I think we're gonna like tackle today. I don't know what that'll be yet. By the way, this is just gonna be rapid fire. Like, I'm just gonna start going through, showing things, doing whatever, because I'm just gonna try and make this as quick as I can and not make it another 1 hour long video, since I tend to do that. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna bring up to you guys, which I didn't make the bed, so just ignore that, but this bed, Dino and I have been sleeping on a full or a double mattress, and it's a struggle. We're like fighting for elbow space, but we finally got a good old king bed. So that was interesting because that meant we went from a full to a king, so we lost space on the sides of the bed, so we had to rearrange. And so that's kind of why I want to show you guys what we got going on. Obviously, you guys, we went with our planty bedding, and I'm also gonna say I found almost the exact same bed frame, but for like $400 cheaper than my old one. So that's an Amazon plug that I want to share with you guys. My last bed frame was a Zionist or Zenith, I don't remember, bed frame, and I think those full retail for a king at like $600+. This was like $100 to $200. So yeah, and it's got a shelf and it's got plugs and stuff, so I like it. It's just super convenient and everything. But yeah, first thing that we had to do was push this stuff over. So before, if you remember, this anthurium cabinet was like angled this way, but that we had to gain like 5 inches of space right here. So we had to turn it so that the back was to the wall and do a more modular setup. I will say it's a little tricky. Like, I was watering earlier today, and because this door stops here, this is the space that I have to get through here, which is fine. Like, I can still get to things. The only thing is that hanging basket is kind of hard because I have to usually undo some hooks. So that I'm still figuring out, but other than that, it works. We still had the space. I don't really know, we don't really know if this will stay the same, or honestly, if I just move the cubicle thingy. Why did I call it a cubicle? This thing, whatever this is, cube organizer with my crystals on it. Maybe we do something different here so that then I can have a path, but who knows? Not worrying about it right now. This all stayed the same. This stayed the same. I don't know if you guys remember, I have yet to still do something with these vines. In one of my bedroom plan updates, I asked if I should like pin the vines up there or something. It's now to the point where this thing is vining behind the mirror. So like I need to do that. Cause look at how long these vines are now. Also, hi, I'm in a little set. But yeah, crazy. That's growing like crazy. I just watered today, so ignore some of my struggling plants. But yeah, let's get back to what we're doing. So basically, now I'm sitting on my bed. We had a reduced walkway here, obviously too, because of space. Before, this cabinet was modular back up against the wall over here, but it really didn't fit. So my plan is I have a few plants quarantining, but I think I'm gonna put one in there, or at least maybe like a tall, bigger, bushier plant of some sort to be a corner plant, because I've done it in the past and it gets the light from the cabinet. I can also put maybe like a grow bulb or something in that lamp, but that's why I have a plant stand there if I decide to do that. And then the Millsbow tall was moved over here, which honestly I like, because this just feels way more jungly, you know? Like, I don't know. Not that I didn't like when that was right there, because it felt really modular and clean. I think now just having something on this wall feels just nice. And then the plants that are on top trailing down, like this especially, just feels very jungly. So yeah, I have some empty space. I gotta like move some plants over there or something, but yeah. And then we also hung some hooks, which I'll show you throughout our video, but we hung a new hook there. I'm putting that monkey tail cactus that you guys saw in my last video, I'm gonna put that where the Vitarifolium is, and then the Vitarifolium I'm gonna put where that really sad Syndapsis is, since I just can't do macrame. I will not water the plant if it's too out of reach and inaccessible. So I'm swapping some things around there, but that monkey tail cactus will go on this like kind of closer hook. But yeah. All right, you guys, I just went ahead and did it really quick just because I'm already in the mood. I finally cleaned up the monkey tail cactus. And you know, from here it doesn't look like much, but with the strands I have, I want them to get all the light, so I have it just pointing at the window, and then eventually I think I'll like flip it every once in a while so that I can see all the strands and enjoy it. But yeah, I think that's good, so that it's not so much foliage crowding my elbow. And then I moved my Philodendron Rio up a hook to this one, and then I moved the Vitarifolium back a hook because it's got such long leaves. It's getting all the light right here, and kind of same thing, I'll probably have to like rotate that, but yeah, if I stand back, very jungly. I cannot wait for my monkey tail to go crazy. Also, the Vitarifolium just is hardening off this leaf. Look how long it is. Like, that is the longest leaf so far. That's insane. I don't even know how long this is. This has to be like 3 feet, a yard. So crazy. But yeah, I think I like how that looks, how that turned out. And also, I mean, who knows, maybe I'll add something too to kind of like lower the monkey tail so that it fills the space right here. I don't know, who knows, but as of right now, I think I like this more. And I took that sad Syndapsis exotica down. I gave her a really good drink of water. The soil is slightly hydrophobic, but not really. I just honestly think it got neglected because in that in that macrame holder, and because it was so high up, I literally could barely access it to water it, so it just got neglected. But I'm gonna give her some water, some TLC, and then hopefully help it bounce back somewhere else. Something really fun that I'm excited to show you guys, my Hoya fungi, which I just watered, she's kind of wrinkly, is, oh gosh, careful, blooming like crazy. I cannot wait. I have never had this Hoya flower for me, and I've had this Hoya for like 2 years or so, but it is like putting out so many peduncles. And also, do you guys just see how it's like climbing itself? Like, it's from there all the way there. It's insane. Oh, and then let's see, it's still also there all the way there. So we have a couple little peduncles. I don't know if these are gonna do very well because these ones get bumped, so I can see it totally just like, what's it called when they just drop them without flowering? But yeah, I could see that happening with those ones. But this thing has been outgrowing its trellis for so long and putting tendrils out all over. But I am just super excited. I can't wait to see what these flowers look like. Yeah. And the fact that I have 2 actively going, well, like more than that, but like 2 big ones, I'm so excited. Okay, now time to just do a little walking around and showing you guys some other stuff. One really sad update that I do want to make sure I show, because I don't want to show you only good things. My pothos, the global green, the soil got hydroponic, or no, what's it called? Hydrophobic. So that's where it like clumps into one like rock of soil to where water doesn't really get through it. That happened. And once, by the time I found out, it kind of is getting to a point where it's too late. And because you guys can see, I can barely reach it. It's just so out of reach. It isn't usually one of the first things I'll choose to address. So it's kind of a big bummer. I do have, because I have chopped and propped this one before, I do have another one, but you know, you hate to see it, especially on my wall, since everything else is doing so well, and then you just have like a dying plant. So that's on my to-do list. I don't know if repotting will help it or if it's too late, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe this weekend I'll do something. Dino put up another hook right there so that I can put this new beautiful basket of, is it Argyrius? Is that how you say it? Syndapsis that I got from the grocery store. Can hang and thrive. But since you guys can see, it's kind of slightly above the light from the balcony door. I think we're gonna put like a little chain or a rope or something to hang it so it can sit a little lower and then get the light just in this space. Also in this area, I want to show you guys my new Anthurium waterburyanum leaf, because do you guys see how big this is? It is big, and honestly this one has had struggles adjusting because I am not giving it humidity. I'm trying to see if it will acclimate to apartment conditions, because if it's already starting to size up, ignore my cup of string of hearts, but this was a leaf before it, I believe, so it kind of struggled to come out. But this is the newest leaf in the apartment condition, so I think I'm pretty hopeful. Another one that's really exciting to show you guys, my last video I showed you the mint goldie eye that I got. That new leaf did unfurl, and you guys can see there's a little bit of chlorophyll right there, but look how white it is. I'm so excited. It's fun because that was literally my last video. I showed you that the new leaf was coming, and literally like over the weekend it unfurled. So super exciting. My Sansevieria whale fin has just put out a little pup, so that's really exciting. I cannot wait to have now 2 big fins in here. That was a Home Depot find, so I'm super excited about that. Honestly, I don't remember if I ever showed on my channel that I got this big plant stand. This whole area got rearranged because I had a bunch of plants all over. And so I did a little rearranging with the plant stands and, you know, just trying to get stuff like physically off the floor. And then I was at Home Goods and I found this really big box planter, which I was like, oh, perfect, because then I can put a bunch of those little plants in there. So it lifted those up and gave me space to push some plants underneath just to like give us our floor back a little bit. And then obviously too, if we go over here, Rory's little cat tunnel, we have the shelf from another recent video that I was able to get some of those plants off the floor and onto the shelf too. So also, that Mandula pothos used to be in a hanging basket over there, but I actually swapped it with the marble Snow Queen pothos that was right there because the pothos did so well and got so varied and so white. So I think my Mandula just needed a little bit more light and a little TLC. So you can see it is like a bush. And so I'm hoping that being right here will help it trail down a little bit more, and then I'll maybe swap it again. Also, another sad update, since we were out of town 2 weekends in a row and I was just so busy and didn't have time to water, my Anthurium Bessier, which I forgot in my Anthurium video, but whatever, had a new leaf coming and I didn't get to water it in time, and it looks pretty dead. So that's a big bummer. But honestly, ever since I took this plant out of its cabinet, it does not like having more than like 1 or 2 leaves at a time. So honestly, it's probably gonna have to either go back in a cabinet or I need to put a humidifier right next to it because it's kind of snobby. A super other exciting note, my Hoya lacinosa is flowering. This one, you guys, flowers all the time. Such an easy flowering plant. So you can see it's backlit so bad, but we have 1, 2, 3, and then it looks like back there we have a 4th. I'm not even gonna dig to see if there's any others, but this one gives us such nice blooms. They smell really good. And then also my Hoya compacta has just grown significantly this season. Like, there's a couch, it's getting like halfway there. The ropes are getting actually really long, and it's been putting out these new vertical stems, which, if you don't know, Hoyas like to grow up, so that's not uncommon. Hence my what is this? This one, I don't remember the name of this Hoya for some reason. It starts with an O, but it is just wanting to literally go up. There are some fun things going on in here. If I can ever get my Anthurium video to export, this will make sense, but I put my Anthurium, is this an Esmeralda, I believe, in here, and this was the newest leaf. At the time, this was not out yet, and the moment I popped it in the cabinet, it sized up. This thing loved the humidity, so the leaf, look how big it is, whereas like the leaves before it were like this big. So love that. We got a new leaf coming on the No ID. My variegated, I don't know if this was the blue crystal meg, is putting out a brand new leaf. Don't think that's variegation, is it? I don't think so. Who knows? But new leaf sizing up. A new leaf on the Cucamonga. Again, since I was out of town, all my plants kind of didn't get watered for like almost 2 weeks, so kind of struggling a little bit. Things are doing pretty good. A couple of my variegated alocasia corms are doing pretty good. Ugh, my sad clarinervium. I've been waiting for that leaf to die off. Oh wow. Oh wow. This is going all the way to the next shelf. I think this is the globulosa. It has been going crazy. But yeah, and then I also have the Warocqueanum Waterburyanum in here, and it has been enjoying that way more than being on my kitchen table. So this is the Millsbow tall in the living room. Now we're in the plant room, and per usual, my weather stripping of cabinets tends to come off like that when it's the clear stuff, so I need to fix that. But you guys can see we've got a new Macrophylla pot of gold leaf back there, and it is literally pink and orange. It is so cute. And then also this, you guys, why don't I remember the name of that one? Maybe that one's a globulosa. But that newest leaf is literally as big as my hand. So that's literally insane. Looks like the Deckier also has a new big leaf. Oh, wow. The regular variegated Macrophylla is just planning an escape. That is crazy. Also, the leaves are sizing up so much and getting that really pretty pink hue. But yeah, look. It's planning its escape. But yeah, it looks like the Hoya cabinet's doing pretty good. Not even gonna open it. Another big pain in the butt for me is that this moss pole that my Jose Bono is on, it actually rotted at the base where this wooden stake is, and it split in half and the plant just totally fell over. So I need to get a new moss pole for this plant, but I could have sworn I had another Jose somewhere. Might be quarantining, but I would like to pot them together to have like one big bushy Jose. But yeah, literally the moss pole just like rotted and tipped over. Like, what a pain. My big, I think Silver Bay, right? Aglaonema is flowering, which is kind of cute. I've never had an Aglaonema flower for me. And I just want to show you guys something that happened today. When I woke up, I found that on the floor. And then there's a space here, which this philodendron glad hands used to be in. But as you can see where the soil is clearly not in the pot, I don't know when, how, or what, but it was here, and it just, I woke up this morning and it was just on the floor here, soil everywhere. I still haven't even finished picking up the soil because I was so hungry I wanted to eat lunch. But, because those are big chunks, like I'm gonna have to hand pick up those pieces. But yeah, I think it's time that this thing gets more than just like a stick for a support. So that'll probably be a chore this weekend as well. We have another Hoya blooming. This is gonna be a very first for me. So this is my variegated Hoya Bella. It is the, oh gosh, how do you say it? Louis Boy, something like that, you know, the one that's like 2 words that start with an L and a B. It is that one, and I think I mentioned it, but when I wanna put Hoyas in a place where they're gonna grow like crazy and get variegation, it's under these panel lights in the detail. So that was just like 1 or 2 small stems, and now it's doing so well. And we have blooms coming in. So I cannot wait to see what those smell like and what they look like. I'm excited. We also have some Hoya fungi props. My cup fell over, whoops. My Hoya Silver Dollar? No, Hoya New Guinea Ghost maybe? I don't remember. I think New Guinea Ghost is growing like crazy ever since I put it in the detail. And I have some variegated heartleaf propagations going. My Black Velvet Alocasia is doing very well. What else? Looks like my snake plant's kind of sad. My Mandula has definitely outgrown the moss pole, so that's exciting. And it looks like the bottom is kind of filling in. Another crazy thing I want to show you. Do you guys remember when I did the video on this cabinet when I was rearranging, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this mess right now. It's my Redsta, my left Redsta wide. Well, now that plant is literally rooting out of the cabinet, like literally out of the cabinet. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Look at how tangled it is. It is legit a mess. So I'm gonna have to actually like address that, because you guys can see there's a leaf right there that just did not come out very well. But yeah, now we're at the point where it's literally rooting out of the cabinet. That's so wild. I've got plants that are already starting to touch the ceiling, which is annoying. I am not loving this one though. This is the lime philodendron, because honestly there's like no variegation anymore. There was only variegation on like the first couple leaves, so now it just kind of gives me like golden dragon vibes, and it's kind of boring to me, and there's so much space between the nodes that I'm just like, I don't know. We'll see if I keep that one. Maybe I prop it and then give it to other people. But my Bob C is growing like crazy. I think there's actually multiple plants on that pole. The Florida red stem growing. It's actually already almost to the top of that pole. What else? This thing, my Trubia Moonlight, I Had to trim it and it's already almost touching the floor again. Oh my gosh. Speaking of, look at how sad this is. I have the Rearranging syndapsis. I had a little prop that grew so much. Oh my god, this moss pole needs to get out of my way. I had a syndapsis Rearranging that just literally the leaf started rotting from the bottom up. But look at this. This thing deserves so much better than me. So you guys can see it's literally one strand, which is just no. I now have a new full pot of it, but I think I'm gonna just majorly chop this thing up and propagate it so I can maybe make a bushy full pot. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. This bad boy is going to be going outside here this weekend. I'm going to hang it up, I think, but super excited. A little on the surprising side, my Alocasia aslanii suddenly dropped some leaves and looks like it's kind of struggling. So I'm going to have to open this cabinet up and investigate that this weekend as well. I do know that it went through a drought period because I forgot to water it for I don't know, maybe a month, but it has new growth coming and new leaves, but it just is it's struggling. And look at that stem. I think we got to figure something out with this stem or the pot. It probably needs to be repotted. On a different note, my Hoya calliciphylla, if you can see, so many dead flowers. Oh my gosh. This thing had 8 blooms at once, and you can literally see it's right there. It's already gonna start blooming again from that peduncle. But yeah, this thing is just, ever since I got this plant, it literally was nonstop flowering. So that meant that it was a slow grower for the foliage. But at one point it took a break from flowering, put out some new leaves, and then now it's just back to look at all those peduncles. It's crazy. My Hoya Crimson Queen is the queen of tangles right now with the Hawaiian Purple Public Alex. Literally, they're just intertwined. It's unbelievable. And this thing is just throwing out little tendrils like there's no tomorrow. Even one that is, where is it? Just all the way over here. So crazy. I'm gonna need to deal with that soon. My 69686 is doing very well after I had chopped and propped it a while ago, and this is the newest leaf. Doing very, very well. Oh, and we have my Philodendron Goldie Eye sizing up like crazy. Also, lots of new disco balls. We got some new hooks put up. If you guys can recall, this plant was on a command hook and it literally has twice fallen. So we put up an actual ceiling hook. I just gotta get something to hang it down from and lower it so it's in front of the window more. But it was so long without a hook being here that it was just kind of sitting in my bathroom where I have quarantine plants, and it was not getting any attention. So it looks really sad. I need to go in and kind of clean it up a bit, but now you can see these healthy leaves are perky, and it's definitely happy now that I've actually put it by the window. But yeah, she was a little sad. She needs some TLC. And then we put up this hook, which I had purchased this Hoya bilobata, and it's loving life. Same deal though. We need to just lower it a little bit just because the ceilings are high compared to all of our windows and things. My Philodendron Patriciae, she's fine. We have her hung there. She's actually, holy crap, putting out a new leaf again. She literally just put out this one, which looks like it got a little stuck, but she's doing fantastic. This actually ended up being quite an easy philodendron. It's literally getting hit from a breeze from the vent. So that one, I highly recommend that plant. This is all just kind of still a hodgepodge. Honestly, all I did was kind of clear some space here, but the plants are kind of still in their same spots. Some need new moss poles. Yeah, this one I need to stake up some of the new pieces to. What else? This one, my philodendron bipenifolium actually became one of my absolute favorites because I love the leaf shape. And after I chopped it, it put out a new stem here. But then you guys look, this was like the surprise, was a massive leaf, and now it is just putting out a different stem of like the fully mature leaf shape, and I am here for it. So I gotta figure out what to do. I think this plant might need one of those 6-foot moss poles. We'll see. And yeah, my nice little window plant. I moved my variegated compacta down there because it was just needing some TLC, so some bright light. Yeah. Lastly, another update, my Thai constellation Big Mama is putting out another new leaf. And normally it does 2 at the same time, but I don't think this one's quite there yet. Came out of that one, unless I'm looking at it wrong. No, that one is coming out of that plant. So yeah, looks like I think we're just gonna get one this time, but it's probably because I fertilized her. I think I'm gonna fertilize next weekend when I water. All right, and we are back in the bedroom. I think I'm just gonna end it at that. I didn't know really what this video was gonna turn into, but it just ended up being a bunch of plant updates. Just a little quick like walkthrough, that way it's not, you know, all at once. Here's a 3-hour video of how my plants and life has changed, kind of a thing. So yeah, if you guys like these kind of like more quick, short plant updates, what's changed, let me know. I'd be happy to do more of these, something quick vlog style like that. But yeah, I'm just kind of happy I get to show you guys like, ooh, look at this, new leaves, flowers, plants, setups, all that kind of fun stuff. I honestly have so much plant stuff to still do, like repotting, and as you can see, some plants need some new like supports or moss poles, and like I have a handful of plants that honestly need to be cleaned. I found spider mites on a couple of my little plants, so I just kind of need to do like a mass chore day, and that might be this weekend. I don't know. We'll see too if I even record it. It's something that I think I can get done and tackle much faster if I don't, but we'll see. Lots to do, not enough time. All right, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have not yet, go ahead and subscribe. We're just doing some plant stuff, and I'll just see you guys soon in the next video sometime. Bye.